All right, well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly press conference. It's wonderful to be today on the Belle of Louisville, and we're going to talk more about why we are here on the Belle of Louisville at the tail end of our formal remarks here. But first, I want to start by saying buenos dias a todos. Good morning, everyone. We want to recognize that this week begins the first week of Hispanic Heritage Month. It started on Sunday and it goes through October 15th. And I just want to thank and recognize all of our foreign-born population that lives here in Louisville, that calls Louisville home. We so greatly appreciate and value our foreign-born residents, our Hispanic and other residents from all over the world that make our city richer, more diverse, more vibrant, and certainly are helping us to make it a better city in the future as well. And so wanted to recognize Hispanic Heritage Month that kicks off this week. And the first formal topic I want to talk about is something that is critically important to the future of our city as well. Creating more affordable housing is one of the absolute top priorities of our administration. In addition to just creating more housing, we also must do more to support the social service agencies that provide housing and shelter to those in our community that have the most need. Just last week, we started construction on a state-of-the-art, innovative model, the Community Care Campus, in partnership with Volunteers of America, which has a great proven track record of successfully operating in the city and serving others. The Community Care Campus is going to provide significant new service and shelters to individuals who are in need. Additionally, through our budget process, which was completed earlier this year, my administration has identified several other nonprofits that are doing critical work to help those who have fallen on hard times, helping lift people out of poverty, and creating opportunities for people in need to find safe and stable housing. So today, I'm happy to kick off our press conference today with the announcement of more than $1 million that Louisville Metro government is going to be funding towards 8 wonderful organizations here in our city that are helping people who are experiencing homelessness in our community. It's good money. This $1.1 million comes from money that was allocated from the budget process, which was approved by Metro Council earlier this year, within the RCS budget. That's our Resilience and Community Services Department's budget. And these organizations that we're announcing the funding for today assist the work that is being performed every day, 365 days a year, by our outstanding Homeless Services Division, many of my colleagues who are here with us today. The homeless services, they absolutely deserve a round of applause. The folks that are doing this amazing work on the Homeless Services Division are out in our community every day, working and helping others with need, helping them with what they need to have a new path on life. It is difficult work, but is an incredibly rewarding and important work. And so I want to thank each of you so much for the work that you do every day. There's no doubt that our community is in a better place now than we were just a couple of years ago when it comes to helping individuals who are experiencing homelessness. And there's no doubt that my colleagues that are part of the Homeless Services Division play a large role in why we've had this success. We know we have a lot more work to do, but the success that we have already have is in large part due to their hard work, engaging with people every day who are experiencing homelessness and providing them with the much needed resources that those individuals need. So thank you all so much. And they can't do it alone. They work in partnership with nonprofit organizations and agencies across our city that are also doing important, impactful work. It takes a community of partners to address our homeless challenge that we're dealing with here in Louisville. It takes partners like St. John's Center, Up for Women and Children, Wayside Christian Mission, St. Vincent de Paul, Hope Village, Southwest Family Ministries, Wellsprings, Volunteers of America Mid-States, and more to help mitigate the challenges of homelessness that we're seeing around the country and that we're seeing right here in Louisville. We are committed to work in partnership with these organizations and others to help continue to make positive progress. And so now I'm so thrilled and proud to announce that the 8 organizations that I just mentioned will collectively receive a total of $1.1 million to help them advance their important work. These community partners were chosen for their incredible commitment to the critical service delivery that improves the lives of our neighbors in crisis. Their work exemplifies the priorities that have been laid out, that my administration laid out in the 2024 Community Needs Assessment. And these priorities include robust case management, providing shelter to combat homelessness, and taking care of citizens during inclement weather. It takes strong partnerships like these to help improve the lives of all of our citizens, to lift people out of poverty, and to make our city safer and stronger. And our first speaker today represents one of those 8 organizations. She has worked tirelessly for years to help our neighbors who have fallen on hard times. Nina Mosley and her team at Wayside Christian Mission operate the largest homeless shelter in Louisville. And every year, they help thousands of people, whether it's a warm and dry place to just spend one night, or whether it's long-term, permanent, supportive housing. We are incredibly grateful to what Nina and her team at Wayside Christian Mission do. So here to tell a little bit more about their partnership and their use of this funding, I'd like to introduce and welcome Nina Mosley, the COO of Wayside Christian Mission. Nina?
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg, councilpersons, staff of Metro Louisville, and all of these esteemed co-workers in the field. These are the folks that make it happen. And we're so glad for the Homeless Initiative Fund that allows us to do some of this innovative work, something that really is grassroots, reaches people where they are, and helps them. We use the funds with our low barrier shelter. We started this in 2018 when Metro Louisville wanted someone to open a low barrier shelter. This has not been done in Louisville before. It's new waters, and we've learned a lot over the last few years. But this is a first step for folks who are living on the street to consider coming in and getting the help that they need and get on the path to permanent housing. Today, it's interesting to note that this low barrier shelter is 60 to 70% women. These are women that are very vulnerable. Many of them have not only physical but mental disabilities, and they've been surviving on the street. We also accept men. We have 12 family beds as well, which work in conjunction with our family emergency shelter. But it's a place where folks don't have a lot of demands. They can come in off of the street, come in out of the camps, and they can get acclimated to being inside. There are case managers, workers there that will help them, and it's a process of earning their trust and then working with them toward the final goal of permanent housing. But being at Wayside Christian Mission, it's a good first step, and we can then acclimate them into other of our programs so that they have a good path, and that's the goal, permanent housing. But it starts not only with the low barrier shelter, it starts with all the outreach workers who help encourage folks to come in. And so we have a good team, and it's so good to work in a city where the government understands that there are different needs for people. People are not all the same. What you and I consider housing, adequate housing, it's different for folks, and we have to understand, we have to look from their perspective, not from our perspective, the way we were brought up. So this gives us an opportunity to work with people where they are, bring them along, and we're so grateful for this help. And I think all of the 8 agencies that benefit from this fund are so grateful. We're happy to do the work. It's hard work. Everybody up here will tell you it is hard, difficult work, but it is so rewarding when you see folks finally reach a good solution in their life. So thank you, Louisville, thank you, Mayor, for all your help in this endeavor. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Nina. And again, we're really appreciative of the partnership that we have with all 8 of these organizations and others around the community that are doing important work in partnership with our Homeless Services Division, with other colleagues at Resilience and Community Services, with other colleagues across all of Louisville Metro government. Thank you all very much. Thank you, guys. Where is All right, moving on to our next topic. Let's talk about this week and this weekend. We have one of the most amazing times of year here in Louisville during the fall. We have lots of great festivals, and there are no bigger festivals than the upcoming next 2 weekends with Bourbon and Beyond that kicks off on Thursday, and then Louder Than Life the week after this weekend. We are going to be welcoming visitors from around the country and world to Louisville, Kentucky for Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. We are so excited for this amazing couple of weeks. And for the first time, we're inviting the community to participate in several new events around the city that are affiliated with Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. These are events that everyone can attend, even if you're not attending the festival itself. First, one that I am incredibly excited about. As part of our new 4-race Mayor-thon race series, this Saturday morning, we're going to host the first ever Bourbon and Beyond 5K at the Kentucky Fairgrounds. It is going to be a really fun route, running around Ring Road, running through Kentucky Kingdom. There'll be great live music at the end, wonderful medals celebrating Bourbon and Beyond, and a great way to really capture the spirit of the Bourbon and Beyond Festival through the Bourbon and Beyond 5K. Runners and walkers of all experience levels have a chance to run around the festival grounds, and I know that Rachel and I are really looking forward to participating this weekend. Other colleagues of mine from the office want to invite others. We still have a few spots left, although it's pretty close to being full. If people want to sign up, there is still time to sign up. You can go to mayorthon502.com to sign up for this Saturday morning's first ever Bourbon and Beyond 5K. In addition to the Bourbon and Beyond 5K, we have 2 new street festivals that are part of all of the Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life celebration. First, this Saturday, starting at 11 a.m., we invite everyone from across the city, around the region, to join us on East Market Street in Nulu for the official Bourbon and Beyond pregame event. It's going to be 11 to 3, I believe, and it's going to be a wonderful street festival with food and music and lots of other fun stuff. And then the following Saturday, also at 11 a.m., we're going to host the Louder Than Life pregame event on Goss Avenue in Germantown. Both of these events are free and open to the public. And if you're going to the festival, you can catch a free shuttle ride from the pregame event to the festival grounds themselves. And I want to give a huge thanks to the title sponsor of both of these pregame events, Kroger and Stockyard Banks, Stockyards Bank, 2 great corporate citizens who do such important and helpful work beyond their core business in our community, and really want to thank them for sponsoring these inaugural pregame events. That's this Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. in Nulu, and next Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. on Goss Avenue in Germantown. And now, of course, we have to talk about the main events. We're going to welcome in total about 375,000 people, fans, from across the country and world over the next week and a half for Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life. They're going to see artists like Sting, Zach Bryan, Motley Crue, Slayer, Dave Matthews Band, Tyler Childers, My Morning Jacket, over 230 artists and bands performing between the two weekends. So here to tell you a little bit more about the great events that are going to be happening during Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life over those 8 days, I want to introduce the general manager for Danny Wimmer Presents, the organization that puts on these two amazing festivals, Jamie McCurry, who's going to tell you a little bit more about what's coming. Jamie?
Thank you. You did such a good job talking about it. Thank you all for being here today. I want to start by extending my deepest gratitude to Mayor Greenberg, the City of Louisville, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and Kentucky Venues. Without your partnership and support, Bourbon and Beyond, the world's biggest bourbon, food, and music festival, and Louder Than Life, America's loudest festival, celebrating our 10th year, would not be possible. This journey began over a decade ago when we first launched Louder Than Life. At that time, we could only dream of the day we'd be standing here on the cusp of something truly extraordinary. 8 incredible days of music spread across 2 of the biggest festivals in the United States, and it all kicks off in less than 48 hours. What started as an ambitious idea has grown into something beyond our wildest dreams, and it's all happening right here in Louisville. We're set to welcome over 375,000 fans from all over the world and all 50 states. People are coming to experience unforgettable performances by artists like Sting, Zach Bryan, Motley Crue, Slayer, Dave Matthews Band, and of course, Kentucky's own Tyler Childers and Louisville's own My Morning Jacket. These 2 festivals, Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life, will showcase over 230 bands, transforming Louisville into a global music destination. But the excitement doesn't stop there. As the mayor mentioned, we are thrilled to be integrating the rich culture of this great city into our festivals. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll have events at local venues like Headbangers Music Hall, Zanzibar, Mag Bar, and Portal, to name just a few. And we're also supporting community engagement with the special events happening in Nulu and Germantown. And for the first time ever, we're partnering on the Marathon Bourbon and Beyond 5K, adding a new layer of excitement to what is already shaping up to be a monumental weekend. One of the things we are most proud of is the incredible economic impact these festivals bring to Louisville. From local businesses to hospitality, we see firsthand how the influx of visitors from around the world stimulates growth and shines a spotlight on what makes Louisville so special. In 2023, Louisville Tourism reported that both festivals generated over 60,000 room nights in hotels throughout the area. They also reported a $30 million in economic impact, which is a 17% increase over 2022. As 2024 promises to be an even bigger year as we welcome record-setting crowds, we cannot wait to see the economic impact these events bring to Louisville. As we stand on the edge of these 2 festivals, Danny Wimmer Presents is truly honored that we get to produce these world-renowned festivals right here in Louisville. The city and its people deserve to be showcased on the world stage, and we're incredibly proud that we get to play a part in that. In just 10 years, we've accomplished so much, but I can assure you, we are only just getting started. The best is yet to come, and we cannot wait to welcome everyone to the Highlands Festival grounds at Kentucky Exposition Center over the next 2 weeks for what will undoubtedly be the most unforgettable experience. Thank you again for all of your support, and we can't wait to see you at Bourbon and Beyond and Louder Than Life.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you to all of our friends from Bourbon and Beyond. It's really a wonderful atmosphere. It's so much fun and excitement at the fairgrounds this weekend, next weekend, and now to be extending it across the city. We're really excited to continue to partner and expand the partnership with Jamie and everyone at Danny Wimmer Presents. So see you guys out there. See you at some of these other events around the community. Thank you all so much, and we'll see these guys with the, what are those called? The big heads? Fat heads? What are those things called? Fat heads, that's right. All right, we'll see all them on the stage as well. And finally, why are we here at the Belle of Louisville today? Come on up, Krista. So the Belle of Louisville is a real treasure for our city. The Belle of Louisville is the last remaining Mississippi River-style steamboat in the world. It's a historic vessel. It's part of Louisville's history. It's certainly part of our great entertainment culture. We are a river city. The Belle provides great cruises to people all year round who want to really experience some time on the Ohio River. I know I always love coming on the Belle, definitely for the great steamboat race every year, which to me is one of the more fun Kentucky Derby Festival events. To celebrate the 110th anniversary, we wanted to be here today and give Krista an opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going on with the Belle right now and what's to come over the coming years as we start working on the next 110 years. So please join me in welcoming Krista Snyder, the CEO of the Belle of Louisville. Krista?
Thank you. I'm going to bring my little boat with me.
Perfect.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard. I have to say that, right? So, as the mayor kind of touched on, the reason that we are here at the wharf today is to recognize and celebrate the Belle's 110th birthday next month. The anniversary of her 1914 launch in Memphis, Tennessee is on October 18th. However, in late June, we kicked off 110 days of celebrating the Belle, one day for each one of her years. So far, those days have been filled with birthday wishes from notable Louisvillians, special discounts and promotions, giveaways, and some very special events, but I'll come back to that one. We've also been asking the community to join the celebration in a couple of extra ways by sharing their favorite Belle of Louisville memories with us, and trust us, there are so many, or by snapping a photo when you see the Belle in the wild. Do y'all know what I mean by this? She's everywhere, right? She's murals, she's in the grocery store, she's in restaurants. It's crazy. That one has been particularly eye-opening. Over her career that's touched 3 different centuries, I mean, think about that for a second. The Belle has hauled cargo and livestock. She's been a ferry and excursion boat, a World War II USO on the Mississippi River, hosted thousands of special occasions, anniversaries, birthdays, proposals. There's a lot of the Belle is where we met stories that I've learned about this summer. There's so many special family memories and connections, and there's also lots of somewhat interesting Belle memorabilia. That's what some of this stuff is over here on this table, including my little radio. I bought that when I first took this job 5 years ago, and it works. It's an AM/FM radio. They put the Belle on everything. There is just something magical, dare I say, about this riverboat. There has to be for her to have made it this long to become the most widely traveled and oldest vessel of her kind in operation today. So, I should say even a star as shiny as the Belle can fade if you don't liven things up every now and then. So that's what we've been doing over the past 5 years. Belle of Louisville Riverboats, which includes the Belle and our 2 other vessels, has focused on becoming a cultural heritage organization that is worthy of the legendary lady that is our flagship. With that goal in mind, we're sharing diverse stories of the river and of Louisville's history through on-the-water experiences like no one else can. These feature live music, history, engaging programs, of course, food and spirits, as well as arts and cultural partners. One of the new events we created to commemorate her storied history is called Gamblers, Rogues, and Ne'er-do-wells. And I can spell ne'er-do-wells for you if you'd like. This special cruise happens October 12th, and it will also give a nod to a particularly dynamic time in American history that riverboats like the Belle made possible. We're sending out that media release today with all those details, so look for that. But let's just say if you want to party like it's $18.99, this is going to be the place to do that. In closing, I want to share just a few stats about the progress we've made over the past 5 years with that new focus I mentioned. Attendance and revenue are both trending upward and pretty dramatically so. 2023, the calendar year attendance was 63% better than 2019 attendance. Comparing 2023 even to an average of the 5 years leading up to that, we're 28% better. And that includes the Belle Centennial celebration that was 14 years ago. All of our earned revenue, which is like public ticket sales, charters, onboard sales, retail memberships, all of that is trending upward. The fiscal year that we just finished, we finished 55% better in terms of revenue than the average of the fiscal years 2014 through 2019. And again, that includes the Belle of Louisville Centennial celebration 14 years ago. In your kits, we've got some little bags over here for you. You have a list of upcoming special birthday events, along with a full release on gamblers, rogues, and ne'er-do-wells, and lots more Belle history information, plus a few goodies. So thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you so much, Krista. I encourage everyone to come join for lots of those fun Belle celebration anniversary activities. And with that, I'm happy to take any questions from members of the media.
Mayor, what is your solution to preventing more street takeovers? And is this something that requires the legislature's attention in addition to law enforcement?
Say the beginning part. Was that about street racing? I didn't hear the first part.
Street takeovers.
So we are very focused on all sorts of unacceptable criminal activity across our city. One of the things that we have seen a little bit over the past couple weeks are street racing, people that are doing extremely dangerous activities late at night in our roadways and in parking lots. This weekend, I think, was a good example of our approach to dealing with this issue. First, any intelligence that we have ahead of time, we are certainly acting on that and getting prepared with additional people for particular shifts when we know we're going to have to deal with that. And then second, the way that we approach it. Chief Humphrey has a very specific procedural approach to dealing with that with a detail involved. And our focus is on apprehending the individuals and their vehicles that are partaking in this activity. Last weekend, we seized, I might have my numbers backwards, I believe we seized 7 vehicles and made 10 arrests. It might have been 10 vehicles and 7 arrests, but we did make a significant number of arrests. We seized vehicles. We found illegal guns. We found individuals that had outstanding warrants who we were able to apprehend. We are going to continue to stay focused